Hey, it's James Redden, and welcome if you're new, or welcome back to another one of my videos. Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel today. My name is James Redden, and I am super excited for the video that we are going to be doing today. So if you guys couldn't already tell by the title and the thumbnail, then you guys know that we are going to be ranking every single vehicle that has ever been in Fortnite. I'm super excited. I know this is a very popular video that people do want to see, so I'm excited to be doing it today. But this video idea was recommended by Ruby Cat Galaxy Ice. Massive shout out to her, I believe it's a her. And yeah, so I hope you guys are excited for this video. If you guys want to recommend a video idea, there is a link to a Google form down below in the description. But anyway, guys, let's get straight into the video now. At the number 8 spot, I put the shopping cart. Now, the shopping cart was introduced into Fortnite in patch 4.3, which was about a little bit into season 4, so quite a while ago. And I remember when the shopping cart was first released, everyone was freaking out because it was the first official vehicle that was added into Fortnite. Everyone's like, yes, we can finally move around the map, there's finally good movement. But not with the shopping cart. No. Shopping cart, very bad. Didn't really do anything, honestly. Didn't increase movement speed, wasn't really useful in any way, shape, or form, so that's why it's coming in at the number 8 spot. Honestly, it didn't really have a good use, and it only kind of worked because they were put in Retail Row, and Retail Row is obviously a shopping center, so yeah, so these were removed. They're currently not in the game, but yeah. Moving on now to the number 7 spot, guys, I put the pirate cannons. Now, the pirate cannons were added in patch 8.0, so pretty much right as season 8 was released. These obviously go with the theme of season 8 being themed to pirates and all that sort of stuff, so they do make sense. And the reason I put cannons this low on the list is because they were alright for movement. So the problem with cannons is that you could either use them in two different ways. You could enter the cannon and like just shoot yourself out of it, or you could shoot cannonballs out of it. So if you shot yourself out of a cannon, you would go pretty far if you angled it right, but you couldn't choose where you like landed unless you had glider redeploy and you deployed in the air. But if you didn't have glider redeploy, you just keep tumbling and tumbling and tumbling until you finally hit the ground somewhere. And this was kind of weird because you couldn't really tell how far or how high or what direction you were going to go in, so that's why they were a little scuffed. And shooting cannonballs out of them as well was quite hard, and moving the cannons was very difficult as well, which is why it is coming in at the number 7 spot. Moving on now to the number 6 spot, guys, I put the B.R.U.T.E. Now, currently, the B.R.U.T.E. is in the game when I'm recording this at the end of Season 10. There's only 4 days left of Season 10. But the B.R.U.T.E. is, I feel like a lot of people are going to say this is high on the list, and you know what? I would agree. I would agree that it is fairly high on the list. This was released in patch 10.0, right at the beginning of Season 10, and these things were just trash. Way too overpowered. I'm tired of dying to stupid mechs. They're horrible. They're basically two-person death machines, and if you get one, you will win the game. Now, currently they are in the game, but they're in a weird state because when they fall from the sky and they hit the ground, they get destroyed immediately. So technically they are in the game, but nobody is able to use them, which is very nice because they were way too overpowered. And yeah, so I feel like everyone will have the same opinion as myself on this. Nobody liked the mech. Moving on now to the number 5 spot, guys, I put the ATK. Now, the ATK was the second ever vehicle to be added into Fortnite in patch 5.0, so right at the beginning of Season 5, and this was so much better than the shopping cart. This could hold up to 4 players, which is beautiful, especially in squads, and it actually increased movement speed and was easy to operate, which is very, very nice. Now, these things were pretty much only found at Lazy Links because they were golf carts, obviously. Like, they weren't really found anywhere else on the map. However, they were really, really good for movement, and they're just, I'm sad that they took them out of the game because they were a fairly balanced vehicle, but the reason they're coming in at the number 5 spot is just because, like, they weren't overly special. Like, they were kind of hard to use, and yeah. Moving on now, guys, to the number 4 spot, I put the Driftboard. Now, the Driftboard is still in the game as I am recording this, and it was released in patch 7.4, so about halfway through Season 7, and these things they're alright. Like, they're fairly hard to maneuver, but overall, they're really good, and they're pretty much one of the only ways for movement in Season 10 right now, which is a little bit scuffed, but the Driftboards are fairly good. Like, I do like them, however, they're not as good as the top 3, which is why they're coming in at number 4. Honestly, Driftboards, they're kind of hard to maneuver. That's pretty much all I have to say. Like, they're kind of weird. The way you boost them is kind of odd. It's hard to fly them, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, Driftboards coming in at the number 4 spot. Moving on now, guys, to the number 3 spot, I put the X4 Stormwing Planes. Now, these were added in patch 7.0, so right at the beginning of Season 7. And honestly, people might either agree with this or disagree completely, but I personally really liked the planes. I thought they were fairly balanced, not when they were originally in the game, but when they were nerfed, I thought they were very balanced. And these things were just extremely good for movement. Planes were added in, sorry, what am I trying to say? Planes brought in a really cool LTM, which was called Royale, and wow, this LTM was very good. Pretty much you just battled it out in planes the whole game, and the storm shrunk from every single like side and the sky, I guess, and it was just super cool. Like, this was a really cool game mode, and these planes were just really good. Like, honestly, I thought planes were a very good addition. I was sad to see them go, but I feel like a ton of people are not going to agree with me on that. Moving on now to the number 2 spot, guys, I put the Ballers. Now, the Ballers were added in patch 8.1, and pretty much these were just human-sized hamster balls, but you sat down instead of running through them, and they had like a grappler on them, so you could like grapple around. Basically, it's like Spider-Man balls. See, yeah, it sounds so weird to say, but honestly, these things were really good. The only problem I had with Ballers is that people would just sit in them and camp in them end zone, which was very difficult. Especially if any of you guys watched World Cup, you would see at least 3 to 4 people per match in a Baller end game, and they would just be bouncing around, bouncing off people's builds, just destroying everything, and you're fairly safe in a Baller, which is why they're coming in at number 2, but they were kind of annoying for endgame. However, they were very good for movement, and I did enjoy them a lot, and I'm sad that they are not in the game right now. And guys, coming in at the number 1 spot now, if you guys know Fortnite as well as I do, then you guys will know that at the number 1 spot for the best vehicle ever in Fortnite, in my personal opinion, is the Quadcrashers. Now, the Quadcrashers were added in patch 6.1, which is pretty much right after Season 6 released, the only vehicle to be released in Season 6, and the 3rd ever vehicle to be added into the game. Honestly, Fortnite was getting better and better with their vehicles, and they definitely peaked at the Quadcrashers. The Quadcrashers are just super good, very versatile vehicle. You could fly them. I don't know if you've ever seen myself and Cosmic fly a Quadcrasher, but these things were pretty much planes after planes were released, so I mean, they were really good. You could also use them on the ground. Their boost was very good. You could see up to 2 people, which was great in solos or duos. I mean, not so great in squads, but normally if you find a Quadcrasher, you'd find more than one of them, so I mean, it would work in squads anyway, and these were just really good vehicles. Like, overall, they were very versatile, very awesome, and that's why they are in at the number 1 spot. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know what your favorite vehicle ever was down below in the comments. I'm very interested to see what vehicles you like and want to see back in Season 11. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. My name is James Redden, signing off for now. We will catch you in the next video. Peace out.